Just talked to a gentleman who lives in this neighborhood. He didn't want to go on camera, but says around 3 o'clock this morning he heard people arguing, yelling at each other, and then heard around 5 or 6 gunshots. The Albuquerque Police Department tells us that they were called out to a shooting at a party here last night. They say when they got here, a man was dead. More than 3 hours later, and this is still a very active scene. You can still see the remnants of that out here. Some of those non-lethals that police fired at people to disperse them after violence broke out. We've also seen some of those gas canisters laying around. And that brings us to a good reminder that on these trails you do need to maintain that 6-foot distance between you and other people. I'm gonna have Aaron, my photographer, here help me. You wanna stay 6 feet away from people. This is how far away you have to be from people to be practicing social distancing. And have you ever been to a bar? How hard is it to stay this far away from people in a bar? Pretty hard, right? Nearly 15,000 people showed up here this week to watch the Isotopes play their last home game. This year, the team saw around 550,000 people come through these doors. That's an average of 8,000 people per game.
Does he have a knife?
After being confronted for allegedly stealing a jacket, police say this man went after folks with a machete.
Got a large knife. Okay, hey, get back! Get back! Stop! Get back! Get back! Get back! Put the knife! Get back down! Get down! Put it down, brother! I don't want to hurt you! No, yes you do! Put it down! I don't want to hurt you! Put it down, man! No! Put it down! No! Come on, man! Let me help you! Let me help you! Stop! Stop it!
This happened at the Big R on St. Michael's Drive in Santa Fe last month. We know now that man you see there is 33-year-old Joseph Galassini. For around a minute, he refuses to cooperate with police.
Stop it! Stop it! Put it down! Put it down! No! Put it down!
Galassini was taken to the hospital but survived. He's been charged with aggravated assault on a peace officer, plus for shoplifting and the machete attacks before police arrived. As for the officers, state police are investigating. Grace Reeder, KOB4. If this song holds a somber place in your heart or makes you emotional, it's supposed to.
Just hope that they'll understand why we're doing it and that they'll just stop. And just think about what this means.
On Memorial Day, we would generally hear taps at Memorial Day ceremonies nationwide. This year, those ceremonies are largely canceled, but that's not stopping these gentlemen and thousands of others like them nationwide from honoring our fallen American heroes Monday.
Tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock will be the national moment of remembrance for all of our veterans that have died in service to our country. We will be sounding taps here at Hoffmantown Church.
It's part of a national movement. Taps Across America is what it's called. And at 3 o'clock local time, thousands of people will be doing this across the country.
As people walk by, they need to stop and remember. I hope they stop and understand that never to take for granted what you're doing right now. They are truly the ones that are behind why you and I are standing here right now having this conversation.
Crosstown Nathan Lesha independently said almost the exact same thing.
And we're standing at this spot because of them.
Lesha's also taking part in Taps Across America tomorrow. He'll be at Mariposa Basin Park.
You shouldn't have to have a connection to the armed services to feel you have a special feeling about Memorial Day.
An especially important tribute right now to those people who deserve so much more than just our thanks.
We're doing it for everybody, so hopefully they can get some comfort for that.
Grace Reeder, KOB4.
What do we do every Saturday night?
Yahoo!
Where do we go?
Anybody that's open.
There, okay. And what do we drink?
Beer usually.
There we go.
Can't dance.
No, we're not dancing. So we drink.
Yeah.
Many have said, and you might agree, Carmen McClellan's grandma, also named Carmen, is about as cool as it gets.
We've been doing this for about a little over a year.
Little over a year.
We went to Bow and Arrow.
Started looking around.
This grandma has spent an entire year
What do you want to eat?
brewery hopping with her namesake every single weekend.
How about the chicken sandwich?
Yeah.
That gets more impressive when you learn how old she is.
I'm 100 plus. This is good. I like that.
This all started as a way for Carmen, the younger one, to make grandma duty just a little more fun. But it turned into a lot more than that.
I felt very guilty because I thought it was just me like trying to have a life while I was on grandma duty, and now it's our thing.
And for okay, let's call this one Grandma Carmen.
And then this is the paleta. The blood orange guava strawberry paleta.
Oh,
It is keeping her young.
They gotta keep on going, otherwise they fall.
I've never heard you talk so much about falling.
Oh, no.
Ever.
I've seen the way when they fall head first.
So as you can imagine, people started to catch on to this. So young Carmen did what any granddaughter would do.
Grandma.
She started an Instagram account.
She's asking about all of the photos I take on my phone and kind of the photo album I made for people to see. I don't know. I wanted to just put it in one spot. Like, I'm obsessed with her. She's like the love of my life. She's the apple of my eye.
Before they knew it, Grandma Carmen had a few followers.
Did you ever think you were going to be on the news for drinking beer?
Oh, me and beer in a bar.
So by this point, you're probably thinking, how do I become like Grandma Carmen, right? She says get started now.
Live it up when you can.
And of course, eat lots of French fries.
But I'm proud of her. She didn't want to do this. Like, starting, getting out of the house, like going. So, I'm proud of her.